my name is Darren Morris and welcome back to my series. Today we're going to be talking about what CF actually does to the body. Now I'm going to do a little rundown on the topics, which is lungs, pancreas, liver, intestines, bladder, kidneys, the reproductive system, and a few other add-ons that, lucky for us, we get. Now, how CF affects the lungs is that when the mucus is real thick and it starts to clog the airways, it can result in harsh respiration. We can't really breathe real well, and so it causes things like almost like asthma, which we can also get due to it. It can lead to infections because as we can't cough it all up, to get better airways, it has like a little home, like a nest, that bacteria can go in and grow and sometimes eat away the good tissues. So we do the breathing treatments to kind of push out the thick mucus to kind of help get all that bad stuff out. Now, the pancreas is the reason why we have to take enzymes to help digest the food, because what cystic fibrosis affects is basically, again, the mucus would be so thick that it can clog the ducts so we can't digest our food. So the meds we take are actually digestive medicine that helps break down the mucus and most of the food, because with CF we got to eat about I say roughly 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day just to keep up the weight, because of our pancreas not being able to digest all the nutrients. Even the pills can only have so much effect, which can also lead to diabetes, which is the one thing I do have, is a cystic fibrosis related diabetes, which I can get more into that, like a little segment if you like. Because it's not type 1 or type 2, which a lot of people assume that with diabetes you're either 1 or 2. But it can go a little bit different for cystic fibrosis. And I'd like to meet one of my favorite friends. Eli, come here. Come here, Eli. Come here, buddy. This is Eli. He is my diabetic alert dog and also helps with my respiration attacks. You say hi to the camera? Yeah. He just woke up. You go lay down now. He's a good boy. He's not liking the cold today. Now, running down the line is the liver, which, if it's clogged, can get inflamed and do a lot of tissue scarring, which can also lead to it failing, which is something nobody wants. Which leads to our intestines, both small and big. This is basically when you can't digest your food very well, it can get really hard for your body to push through all the food that it's trying to digest. Even some of the stomach acids can't help, which it can lead to constipation and other infections that you want to try to avoid. Now, the bladder, it's not as severe as the other ones that I've talked about, but it does take a toll. Is our constant coughing that we do can weaken the muscles, the bladder muscles, which most likely women have more effect to it. And for the kidneys, if they're not being able to be absorbed, can also result in kidney stones, which would most likely lead, if not treated, to infections. Now, the reproductive system is a topic that I could discuss later down the series, because for me as a woman, we have a lot more risk and issues that can come about later on in life during this process. So if you want to know more about that, I can do a segment on it. But basically the rundown of this one is that it affects our fertility. Now most men with CF are infertile, which means obviously they can't reproduce due to the CF complications. And for women, it's also sort of an issue to try to get pregnant, but we are most likely are able to. And due to getting pregnant with CF, there's a lot of risk and consequences if it's unplanned. So I highly recommend talking to your doctor and being examined to see if you're able to, if it's safe, the steps you take, which I can get into more of that again later on in a different segment. Which other complications in this disorder is, one is osteoporosis, which, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's one of those words that is really medical, which is kind of hard to pronounce, which is basically the thinning of your bones. Now, since we don't get all of our nutrients due to the issue with our pancreas, we can't absorb all the nutrients, which, the minerals and enzymes that our bones need to grow. So it can lead to irregular heart rates, which you can develop some heart problems if it's not closely monitored. Fatigue is another one, and low blood pressure. Now the second thing with CF is that the average lifespan of someone with CF is around 30 to 40 years of age. Now, back then, whenever I was born, the doctors were just beginning to learn about CF, and they told me that I would not be able to live past 18. Now I'm 23 right now. I'm about to turn 24 in a month, and I'm so excited because every year I can look back and say I've accomplished another year of life. And to me, that is the most wonderful thing out of all the things that I've accomplished in my life, due to not being able to do certain things and pushing myself as well. So with that, nowadays I have friends who are going on 50 that have CF. So I'm glad that, this day and age, a lot of new medicines are being discovered, a lot of new treatments, and I'm hoping that the average number will go up. And it's all thanks to you guys that support us and help us and just staying strong throughout our journey. Well, that is it for this segment, and thank you for watching. My name is Darren Morris, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!